Nobody talks about these trends of Australia. So here I am. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Pros and cons. Some countries have more pros, some have more cons, but no country is perfect. After I had traveled Australia for 1 year, I would like to share my thoughts on what I think Australia does better than my country of origin, Germany.
Oh, okay.
Number 1. How people talk to each other. In Australia, it is most common to address someone with their first names. Family names do not matter that much. I have seen letters from authorities like the council beginning with Dear Molly instead of Dear Mrs. Smith. When I opened my bank account, I had the appointment with a girl just a bit younger than myself. When I went out the office, there was an old man waiting outside for her to call him in. She said to him, "Hello Arthur, how are you doing?" That felt so strange to me. I couldn't imagine what kind of relationship these two would be having, that this young girl would dare to address this old man with his first name. In Germany...
That is true, that is true. Also in Italy it would be... I mean, if you're familiar with that person, yes, even in such a formal environment could be okay, you know, but if you don't know the person that is a total stranger to you, addressing with his first name would be kind of weird in Italy too, yeah.
I couldn't really think of a lot of situations where a young lady would address an old man with his first name. Even when you're in hospital and you have heaps of time to make friends with the nurses, they are most likely to still address you with your family name. "Hello, Mr. Smith. How are we doing today?"
No. It's not that crazy here in Italy. In the hospital, they will always call you by your name. The nurses, at least. The doctor, of course, is gonna call you by your last name, I guess. I feel like in Germany they are more, I don't know, they're more closed, you know, as persons. They're more introverts, you know, more formal, let's say, more than introvert.
That creates such a cold distance between individuals. It is very common in Germany that when you work for a company for 2 years, that you don't even know your boss's first name. In Australia, no matter where you go or who you get to know, everyone is immediately your mate. Of course, there are black sheep, but
that's
you
a
get
nice
the general
thing.
idea. The downside to that, for me personally, is that you can never know who is your actual friend. In Germany, it takes a long time to really make friends with someone, but once you're friends with him, you know that he will try to move mountains for you. Number 2. That might sound a little surprising, but school uniforms. If I were to wear school uniforms back in the day when I was still a kid in school, my life would have been a lot easier. When I went to school,
Bro, I mean, my daughter actually doesn't wear a school uniform, but I remember when I went to elementary school, I always had to wear a uniform. Middle school, not anymore, but yeah, in elementary school and kindergarten, I always had to. I don't know, it's weird that in Germany they don't really do that. I mean, I guess it depends on the school.
I got bullied on a regular basis for years and years. And no, I'm not asking for anyone's pity, I'm doing just fine. Back in the day, my parents...
Well, really?
In school, my life would have been a lot easier. When I went to school, I got bullied on a regular basis for years and years.
Oh,
and no,
that sucks.
I'm not asking for anyone's pity, I'm doing just fine. Back in the day, my parents were only able to get me second-hand clothes. When the new PlayStation 3 came out, guess who got a used PlayStation 1 for Christmas? But I was happy with what I had. I liked my clothes. I enjoyed playing PlayStation 1. But only my classmates seemed to have had a problem with me being poor. And of course they were picking on me for the clothes that I was wearing. I remember the time when you were only cool when you wore soccer shoes as your everyday shoes, without the spikes obviously. And the coolest shoes that you can buy were these Nike 90s. Obviously my mom wouldn't have enough money to buy me those. But we went to Deichmann anyways, which is a big German shoe.
Oh, we have this in the local mall from my city. I like to go there too to buy shoes actually. It's very convenient. They have so many brands. You can find expensive and cheap stuff as well.
Chain franchise. Every town has one. And Deichmann has their own home brand called Victory. They were copying designs of famous shoes, make a few adjustments and sell them cheap.
Oh.
And so it was that I did...
Bro, what was the name?
So famous shoes, make a few adjustments and sell them cheap. And so it was...
I want to buy that brand right now.
was that I didn't get Nike 90s, but Victory 70s. I personally was so proud.
We're gonna search for it later.
But you can imagine my schoolmates' opinion on them when I brought them to school. So yeah, that's a very personal reason of why I would prefer school uniforms over plain clothes. Number 3. I don't know if there is an official
What
term
is
for
that?
these things, but I call them twist lids. Some glass bottles, I think mainly beer bottles, they have a lid that you can just twist off, so you don't need a lid opener, but your bare hands. You can even easily just twist the lid back on the bottle and put it back in the fridge. Not that I knew why anyone should do that, apart from maybe when you get spontaneous diarrhea and you want to get your beer back in the fridge before you go nuke in the bathroom. As I have mentioned in previous videos already.
Yeah, but actually the beer sucks the next day. So if you can finish your beer the same day, rather than drink it the next day, you can use it to cook. You know, you cook maybe some meat or some cool pasta sauce. You use your beer to just like as water, you know, make it just cook it all the way. It will be so good. It will add that extra taste. It will be so much better.
There's so much technology that I have discovered in Australia that Germany, meanwhile, appears to me like a medieval country. Which is a good transition to my next point, number 4, digitalization. In Germany, you have to work yourself through a huge stack of paperwork for pretty much anything. In Australia, you can transfer your car insurance by just updating your car details in an app and you're good to go. In Germany, they would send you a new contract via mail that you would have to fill out and sign and send them back.
Yes! Oh my god, I hate that. I still need to do it for my fucking insurance. Oh my. Yeah, that's a big plus. That's a big strength.
It's
Come
only
on.
valid when it's physically signed. It is getting better slowly, but we are still far away from being as digital as Australia. Another thing is that in Germany, cash is king. And I know this is a bit controversial. Of course, I see the benefits of cash, but also the benefits of card. And Germany is a bit too cashy, in my opinion. When you take the bus, you either pay the driver with cash or you show him the ticket for the month that you have previously purchased somewhere. When you go to a restaurant in Germany, it's very unlikely that they accept card. It didn't happen just once to me that I forgot to bring cash to a restaurant, so I had to leave a deposit like my ID, go off, find an ATM and bring the money. So if you go to a restaurant in Germany...
Bro, what year was this? Really? Oh, that's so weird. How can it be in Germany that you cannot pay by card in a restaurant? I mean, it must be like a unique case. Yeah, sometimes I would say they make you pissed off right here when you go to the restaurant and they don't tell you anything and they say, no, we cannot be paid by card, you know, it's not working. You should say it right away. Sometimes they do it on purpose and I'm like, okay, fine, then I can't pay you. I mean, I don't have money. Just call the police or whatever. And then they will say, oh, let's try. And then it works. So yeah, sometimes they do that because they don't want to pay taxes. I guess maybe it's the same in Germany. I don't know, but I feel like German people is more honest than Italian. And I say this because I'm Italian. There's so many people that like to scam taxes or whatever.
Make sure that they accept card before ordering something. The other extreme is that in Australia, a lot of restaurants do not accept cash, but at least they warn you with a sign at the entrance about it. In Germany, they don't. I think they should just leave the choice to us whether we want to pay with cash or card. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have learned something and you like the...
Wasn't it? It was only 4. I don't know why I was expecting 5 strengths. I mean, it's kind of weird. Usually these videos, they always give you 5 options or 10 options. 4 is, I don't know, it's new. That was fun anyway, that was fun. Many stuff are really cool. I feel like Australia is so much, I don't know. You live in a different world than Europe. It's more advanced than what we have here. I feel like the US and Australia are so much more advanced than Europe that is left behind way too much for lots of stuff. But hey, what can you do? We will get there too someday. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any other recommendations for Australian culture videos, let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video.